Our next generation has 22 degrees of freedom. It will be able to play the piano. So it's really like, wow.
June 2024, Tesla's annual shareholder meeting. Elon Musk takes the stage and says 5 words that instantly changed the entire robotics industry. We can build it for $10,000. Not a humanoid prototype, not a research platform, a fully functional robot with 22 degrees of freedom in each hand, capable of learning tasks by observation, ready for mass production. When your closest competitor costs $250,000, a $10,000 price tag doesn't just undercut the market, it destroys it. The $10,000 production cost nobody expected. Let's start with the number that shocked everyone. Tesla claims it can produce Optimus at scale for approximately $10,000 per unit. That figure wasn't a projection or a future goal. Musk stated it as current manufacturing capability once Tesla reaches full production volume. The industry average for humanoid robots ranges between $100,000 and $250,000. Boston Dynamics Atlas isn't commercially available, but industry estimates place development costs well into 6 figures. China's Unitary G1 starts at $16,000, and that's considered breakthrough pricing. Tesla isn't just incrementally cheaper, they're claiming a 90% cost reduction compared to industry standard. That's not optimization, that's disruption. And the explanation for how they're achieving this cost target reveals something most people completely missed about what Tesla has been building for the last 15 years. The humanoid robot isn't a new business, it's a downstream application of Tesla's existing manufacturing infrastructure. The supply chain advantage nobody's talking about. Here's what makes Tesla's $10,000 claim credible. They're not starting from zero. Every component Optimus needs, electric motors, sensors, cameras, power electronics, battery systems, AI compute hardware, Tesla already manufactures at massive scale for electric vehicles. A humanoid robot needs precise actuators for joints. Tesla makes electric motors capable of sub-millimeter positioning for steering systems and active suspension. A humanoid robot needs vision systems. Tesla manufactures millions of cameras annually for full self-driving hardware. A humanoid robot needs real-time AI inference. Tesla designs custom chips specifically for neural network processing. The supply chain that took 15 years to build for automotive production transfers directly to humanoid manufacturing. Tesla negotiated volume pricing, established preferred supplier relationships, developed in-house expertise across the entire component stack. A new competitor entering the humanoid market today has to source all of those components from scratch. No volume discounts. No manufacturing history, no existing contracts. They're starting a race that Tesla began running in 2008 under a completely different name. This is the structural advantage that makes the $10,000 figure not just possible, but potentially sustainable at scale. The 22 degrees of freedom breakthrough. Now let's talk about what Optimus can actually do. Because the price point is meaningless if the robot can't perform useful work. The next generation Optimus hands feature 22 degrees of freedom. Human hands have 27. That 5-degree gap sounds small until you understand what those 22 degrees enable. According to Tesla's internal testing, 22 degrees of freedom allows approximately 70% of tasks that require fine motor control. That includes object manipulation, tool use, and precision assembly work. Musk demonstrated this capability by stating that the next generation of Optimus will be able to play the piano. Not pressing keys randomly, actually playing, timing, rhythm, finger independence across multiple octaves. Piano playing isn't the goal. It's a proxy measurement for dexterity. If a robot can handle the mechanical complexity and timing precision required for piano performance, it can handle assembly line work, household tasks, and object manipulation across most real-world scenarios. Wait, what? Tesla isn't building a piano-playing robot. They're proving their actuators and control systems can handle tasks previously considered impossible for autonomous machines. The learning system that changes everything. But the hands are almost secondary compared to what's happening in the learning architecture. This is where Optimus diverges from every other humanoid robot currently in development. Most robots require extensive training. You demonstrate a task repeatedly. The robot builds a library of specific behaviors through supervised learning. If you want it to perform a new task, you train it again from scratch. Musk describes a fundamentally different system. Optimus observes human behavior, infers context from body language and environmental cues, and adapts without explicit instructions. The example Musk used, you rub your stomach, Optimus recognizes the gesture as hunger and begins preparing food. You frown and point at an overgrown lawn. Optimus initiates lawn cutting without verbal commands. This isn't programmed behavior. This is contextual inference. The robot building a model of user preferences, daily routines, and implicit requests through observation over time. By 2026, according to Musk's timeline, Optimus will perform tasks it has never been trained on. Tasks it figures out by reasoning from accumulated knowledge rather than following pre-programmed sequences. That claim is either the most significant breakthrough in consumer robotics or complete vaporware. We won't know which until the technology ships. The two robots already working at GigaTexas. Here's what separates Optimus from most robotics announcements. Deployment has already started. Two Optimus robots are currently working autonomously inside Tesla's GigaTexas factory. Not in controlled demo environments. Not with human supervision. Inside an active production facility performing real manufacturing tasks. They're sorting 4680 battery cells coming off the production line. Inspecting for defects. Correcting errors autonomously when the sorting algorithm detects inconsistencies. The environment is loud, chaotic, and not optimized for robot operation. There's no special lighting. No markers on the floor. No simplified workflow designed around machine limitations. And the robots are handling it. This isn't revolutionary in the sense that factory robots are new. Industrial arms have been sorting components for decades. What's different is the platform. These aren't specialized single-purpose machines bolted to assembly lines. They're general-purpose humanoid robots performing tasks in spaces designed for human workers. Which means when Tesla needs them to do something else, load materials, inspect welds, transport components, they don't need to redesign the workspace. They reassign the robot. The 1,000 robot projection for 2025. Musk's projection for next year is where things escalate from interesting to potentially industry-defining. He stated that by the end of 2025, Tesla expects to have over 1,000, possibly several thousand, Optimus robots working inside its factories. That's not a research program. That's industrial deployment at scale. For context, Boston Dynamics has been developing Atlas for over a decade and has never deployed more than a handful of units outside controlled research environments. Most humanoid robotics companies are still in the prototype phase, building tens of units for testing. Tesla is projecting thousands within 18 months. And if that timeline holds, it fundamentally changes the economics of manufacturing. Because a robot that costs $10,000 to build, works 24 hours without breaks, requires 5 minutes to recharge, and doesn't need healthcare, vacation time, or workers' compensation insurance becomes significantly cheaper than human labor for repetitive tasks. Musk acknowledged this directly at the shareholder meeting. He projected that Tesla's workforce could shrink by 60% by 2030 due to robot replacement. Not through layoffs exactly, through attrition and non-replacement as Optimus units take over tasks currently performed by human workers. The lease model that reveals the real strategy. Now here's the detail most coverage missed. Tesla won't sell Optimus to consumers initially. They'll lease it. Musk confirmed this explicitly. Before direct sales begin, Tesla will deploy Optimus through lease agreements, monthly or annual contracts where users pay for access rather than ownership. Think about what that means financially. If Tesla deploys tens of millions of Optimus units globally on lease terms, the revenue isn't a one-time transaction. It's recurring income indefinitely from households, businesses, factories, and institutions. The $20,000 retail price Musk mentioned, projected for 2028 or 2030, becomes almost irrelevant compared to the subscription model. Tesla doesn't need to sell robots. They need to deploy them at scale and collect monthly payments for as long as those units remain operational. This is the same business model Tesla uses for full self-driving subscriptions. And it's the model that could generate hundreds of billions in annual recurring revenue if adoption reaches even a fraction of the global labor market. The $25 trillion valuation claim. At the shareholder meeting, Musk made a claim so large that most analysts dismissed it immediately. Optimus could make Tesla worth $25 trillion. For context, the entire S&P 500, every major publicly traded company in the United States combined, is currently valued at approximately $45 trillion. Musk is saying one product line from one company could be worth more than half of that. Goldman Sachs projects the global humanoid robot market will reach $6 billion within the next 10 to 15 years. Musk is projecting trillions. The gap between those two numbers is enormous. But here's what makes the claim less absurd than it sounds. Musk isn't talking about the robotics market. He's talking about the global labor market, which is worth tens of trillions annually. If humanoid robots can perform even 20% of tasks currently done by human workers, and Tesla captures a significant market share of that replacement, the revenue potential exceeds anything the automotive industry could generate. Whether that valuation is realistic depends entirely on adoption rates, regulatory frameworks, and whether the technology actually works as advertised. None of those variables are settled yet. The expert skepticism that matters. Roboticists at Georgia Tech, University of Sheffield, and Florida State have all commented publicly on Musk's timeline. The consensus is cautious. By 2025, experts expect Optimus to demonstrate competent locomotion and basic object handling. More advanced capabilities, contextual learning, task inference without training, personalized adaptation, are described as extraordinarily ambitious for that time frame. One professor called the 2025 projection ambitious but not out of the question. That's not an endorsement. It's also not a dismissal. And this is where Musk's history becomes genuinely difficult to interpret. He predicted full self-driving would arrive in 2016, then 2018, then 2020. The technology still isn't fully autonomous in any regulatory sense, but the underlying capability advanced dramatically. The destination was real. The date was wrong. If Optimus follows the same pattern, the critical question isn't whether the 2025 timeline holds, it's whether the destination itself is achievable. And that question doesn't have an answer yet. Tesla just announced a $10,000 humanoid robot with 22 degrees of freedom in each hand, capable of learning tasks through observation, already working autonomously in factory environments with projections for 1,000+ units deployed by 2025. The price undercuts competitors by 90%. The supply chain advantage is structural and defensible. The learning architecture, if it works as described, represents a fundamental breakthrough in autonomous robotics. And the business model isn't robot sales. It's labor market displacement through recurring subscription revenue at global scale. Whether Musk's $25 trillion valuation claim is visionary or delusional depends entirely on one question. Can Optimus actually do what Tesla says it will? We'll know within 18 months. Because deployment has already started. The robots are already working. And the only variable left is how fast the number grows.